It's time to hit the jackpot because you're listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fine and Sean Miller, breaking down betting into 4 categories to help you stay ahead of the game, sharing their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet it, where to bet it, and who to bet on. Now here are your hosts, Daryl Fine and Sean Miller.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet or How to Bet podcast. Go to howtobet.com. I'm Daryl Fine along with Sean, the genius Miller, and welcome to yet another episode of How to Bet or How to Bet podcast. We thank you for joining us. We know there's a trillion choices, so we do thank you for joining us and watching us on YouTube. We thank you so much. Remember to hit that subscribe button. This is subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button, that thumbs up, that guy. So hit all that, and we appreciate it. Go down, look for the comments. To leave comments, leave us comments. Leave us comments, good or bad, or if you want merchandise, ask for merchandise.
I tried to tell Justin, man. I tried to tell Justin. I hope he followed. I hope
he followed you, not me, on the national championship. Go a little lower down to that description box. Hit those links. This is where you're going to find Sean, the genius Miller's previews, updates on injuries, COVID, odds, and exclusive offers to sportsbooks all around the country. So get there early and often.
Including New York.
New York,
welcome. A story about that on there today.
Welcome. You lagged behind a little bit. You drug it out, but online sports gambling is now legal in the state of New York. So welcome, New York. Sports betting with
Caesars,
FanDuel, Bet Rivers, and DraftKings.
Yeah, that's right. Our guys, Rush Street Interactive.
Yes, Rush Street Interactive. So congratulations to you guys.
Slider.
And I know I still can't figure that. So yes, congratulations to you. And I know it was a very successful first week of betting in New York.
Yeah.
Successful for New York. I'm not sure everybody else was successful, but I guess half the state probably wasn't. Now, just on the national championship alone, the two of us differed. The genius won. I was a little surprised at Alabama. The injury to the wide receivers did play out, but in the end, the defensive line of Georgia just too powerful for the offensive line of the Crimson Tide, which surprised me.
Yeah, Georgia's good. I was on the show, last, obviously talked on here, and, I go on By the Book Bets, sponsored by Caesars, and talk about, our show here. And I just said, listen, if you bet long enough, I don't know. They asked me why I like Georgia. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling in my gut. I just think it's their time. They haven't won in 41 years. I just think it's their time. And they won. That game was a coin flip basically for,
most
the
of the
whole
game.
Yeah. And either team could have won. It was just a feeling.
I didn't like Stetson Bennett. And then all year long I was saying, I don't like the quarterback situation. This is why I don't think they can win it. And then he really...
I'm happy for him because he was walk on, and he was really emotional.
It's a great story.
Yeah,
nothing against the kid. I just didn't think he was good enough.
They're going to get the Oklahoma quarterback maybe, and next year and whatever. But they're obviously these two teams are going to be loaded again.
Yes, but, always loaded.
I just I want to talk a little bit about this because I know sometimes you will go on a little rant, and I want to go on one.
You go rant. You rant.
Yeah, look. It's kind of a positive, but whatever. Sometimes I hear people saying like, what do you two know about sports betting? Like, you guys have this show. Like, hey, you don't have a service. We're not paying you. We don't have to pay. Like, what do you guys know about? Well, Daryl's only been in the game for about 3 decades. He's been in the gambling game. I cover sports. I'm the main. For 10 years, basically, I've been the main, European football soccer writer for NJ.com, and I covered minor league baseball. I've covered some football, NFL playoff games. I cover all kinds of sports. I coach baseball. I coach soccer. I coached bowling. I coached basketball, and we know a little bit about sports.
Yeah, I hope
we know a little bit about this game, and some. Hey, man, you guys don't. What do you guys know, man? You guys are on this show. What do you guys, man? We're pretty good at what we do. Yeah. It's been kind of played out over the last, the regular season. We've had some bad weeks, but we've been really good.
Really good.
Most weeks, and hey, you guys, why should I listen to you? You guys aren't a paid service, man. Our stuff is out there. Our stuff is out there for people to see, man. We're on record.
I'll tell you one reason we're not, and I had no idea Sean was going to go on this rant. It's not like we were walking down the street and they said, hey, we need a couple guys to do a show. I mean, we've been around. We've been around, and you know, the thing with that is, it's Sean is correct. We don't have a service because we're not looking for you to call us and give us money so we can get paid. We get paid for doing this show. I know it's hard to believe, but we get paid for doing this show. So that's why this is not a service. You're right, this is not a service, but you can look back.
I have multiple not services, multiple websites and people paying me to write about gambling for 3 years now. But when gambling was legalized in New Jersey, I mean, you could go look at the stories online all over the place, how to bet and Bettor's Insider and all these things.
We can't hide. These shows are archived. You can go look back at every one of the shows and see our record. Our records have been unbelievable. We have done an unbelievable job, better than, I'm going to go out on a limb. There's no service that could be better than ours. They can maybe be as good, but you don't hit, these experts don't hit 100%. They don't hit 90. They don't hit 80. They don't hit 70. They're lucky if they hit 60. We've hit well over 60. We've been great. And again, go look back. It's no problem.
It's tough too.
Even last week, we didn't have a great week, but we did well. You swept the over-unders.
Georgia.
I went 2-1, which is a winner. You had I didn't have Georgia. You won that one. We did pretty well. Our parlays are tough. We've been doing a pretty good job on the parlays. They're tough.
You know how hard it is to win
Parlays
3 games
tough.
in the NFL and the thing?
Parlays are tough.
We probably, between the two of us, probably won 10 out of the 18 weeks. Yeah. That's like 6-1, 8-1, 10-1 money.
Yeah, and it's fair for somebody to say it to you. I don't know who got you this, but that's fair. And it's fair for them to say that, and that's fine. But like I said, if we stunk, I would come on and say we stunk because we can't hide. We can't hide. You can go look back. So we've been outstanding. You could go look back, and but it's fair on your end. Whoever irked him.
It's just
it's fair to say. It's fair to say.
This thing. I also, you call me the genius. It's like I'm not the genius because look, man. I want to show you this right here. See this card? This is an immense card, man. I am a card-carrying genius.
He's a
I'm
genius,
going to
for real.
use my Elliot Alderson, my muse. I'm top 1% of top 1%, right?
Ideally.
So look, man.
He's a genius.
There
are times you would not believe he's a genius. Trust me.
But here's the thing, too. We watch. There's nobody in the world. I can't imagine anybody in the world watches more soccer than I do.
No.
I can't imagine anybody in the world watches more baseball and football. We spend hours and hours and hours every college basketball. We spend hours and hours and hours watching these games so we're informed, so we can help people that, we come on the show and we're informed. So, I just...
By the way, I've been doing Division I play-by-play college basketball for 30 years.
Yeah.
Literally 30 years. So this might be the first time you're seeing us or hearing us.
And there's a lot of people...
We've been around.
And there's a lot of people that give us love. It's awesome.
Follow us on social media.
I just want to turn all this stuff into more support for us, more followers on YouTube,
Quite
and
the
more.
Rant to this.
Yeah,
good for you. Good for you.
We've been good.
Good for you. We've been
this
better.
This is our first year doing it. We're on fire, man.
We've been better than good. Yeah. You need it. Here. This is a great. By the way, it's a little plug.
Federal
Carter, got this
Donuts.
Federal Donuts in Philadelphia. You're ever around Philadelphia?
Can we show the donuts?
Can I have this? Do I have this on here? You need it? Okay. So Federal Donuts in Philadelphia. I'm not getting paid to do this. Federal Donuts Philadelphia. It's the best donuts. And trust me when I tell you, the greatest chicken and chicken sandwich. You won't get a better chicken sandwich. Here, let me.
Which one am I going to take here?
I don't know. You got it, Carter? Look at those donuts. Now we're going to.
We should add a Twitter poll. Which one I'm going to take?
I don't know, but you guys eat them.
So
I'm going to have a donut. He needs a donut. Now I'm saying that because if you look back,
I'm a little tired. I
just wanted to show everybody Federal Donut. Now if you look back. From when we started, I am in September. I am more than 25 pounds down. So when I eat a carb, I make it count. So Federal Donuts is I'm gonna have a carb. You guys can dig in the Federal Donuts. So
25 pounds
I
down.
paid for that. It's not
and
like
lots of pounds and dollars up.
Yeah. A lot of dollars up. I lost that game last night. I'm not worried. I'm so far up. I don't. It's a loss. That's also. I'll get it back this weekend. But yes, the rant was good. I like it. I didn't expect it, but it was good.
It's interesting. Like I'm here, and then you go on with some of these people on the thing, and that the by the book bets have been unbelievable to us because they push how to bet every time I'm on, and they give us some extra viewers and stuff, and there's some big time people on that show, Ariel Epstein and Mark Eckel and everything, and I feel like we've been pretty good, and people, the people that have followed us and the people that have backed our stuff are making money.
Definitely
right now.
making money, and think of these as suggestions. We're not, you don't have to. Nobody's twisting your arm, and remember. Bet with your head, not with your heart. Don't go over your means. We tell you this every week. We don't want anybody getting hurt.
I would feel bad if somebody sent me money and my picks were terrible.
I would feel terrible.
I would feel awful.
I would feel terrible. I feel terrible when I pick a game here and don't win it, and nobody's giving me money. So I feel terrible about it. But because it's not
we've been good.
Yeah, it's not like we do research. I do the work. I do. I look at trends. Although I'm not a huge trend guy, but I do look at trends. I do look at injury reports.
Have some gut feelings to this stuff.
There are some gut feelings. And,
when you've been around the game as long as we have, you get gut feelings about it. I mean, we were talking about this with the live betting. Sometimes you look at a live game, I do it.
Sean, I got all my, because I had a bad Saturday. Folks, I had a bad Saturday. I had a bad Saturday with NFL. I had a bad Saturday with college basketball. I made it all back plus on Sunday with I hit a 5-team parlay. That's number one. But the live betting, I killed it with the live betting.
You just have a feeling sometimes. You're watching a game, we talk, for you, football, basketball, whatever. For me, obviously, it's soccer, NFL, whatever. You're sitting there, you're watching it, you're like, you know what? This team is losing right now, but they're going to come back. And you just, you know what? You take a chance. Sometimes it happens, but sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, you plus 280, plus 300, whatever.
Thank you, San Francisco 49ers, by the way, because I needed you to finish that 5-team parlay. Hey, Black Monday, we're going to talk about some of the coaching changes as well. We'll get to that. We'll get to that during our parlay power play. How about that? Because this segment is a rant. So, yes, we'll get to that in a little bit. So, our Parlay Power Plays of the Week coming up next. Remember, how to bet, go to howtobet.com. Subscribe, will you? Be back after this.
Let's get it.
Welcome back to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fine and Sean Miller, giving their thoughts, opinions, and analysis on how to bet, where to bet, and who to bet on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet, howtobet.com, our Parlay Power Play of the Week segment. Forgot where it was for a second. Our Parlay Power Play of the Week segment coming up at the Daryl Fine along with Sean the Genius Miller. Remember, you watching on YouTube, to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button, and you can eat while I'm talking. You just can't eat while you're talking.
I'm going to try a Federal Donut here.
Good,
Hold on. I think it's a raspberry one. Let me see.
So, so hit that subscribe button, notification bell, the like button, go down, leave comments.
Blueberry.
They're the best. They're the best donuts. And the best chicken. Oh, my God, the chicken sandwiches.
How many stores are there now?
There's a lot. They're doing well. There's a lot. I don't know, 14, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anyway, so yes, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, go down, leave comments.
People know that Philadelphia is the restaurant capital of America.
Well,
It's
I don't know that's officially.
No, it is. Every single year it wins. It's the number one place in the country for restaurants every year.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places that you can go and stuff.
Well, the owners of Federal Donuts are also, Zahav is his big.
Yeah.
Zahav is his big restaurant.
Zahav wins awards every year.
James Beard.
Yeah.
So anyways, yes, go down, leave comments. You want swag? We'll get you some merchandise. Ask for it. We'll get it for you. We can't give you Federal.
We get some donuts, maybe.
They ship with that Go Puff. I think it's called Go Puff. Okay. They ship all over the world with those donuts.
Pretty good.
Well, I don't know the world, but all over the country for sure with Go Puff. So yeah,
nice.
We're just throwing out.
It's like blueberry
throwing
with
out company names.
It's like blueberry with raspberry. It's pretty good.
Maybe we should have notified legal first before we. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. With GoPub. Anyway, so yes, go down, ask for merchandise, leave comments. We'll get you swag if you want swag. Then go down further the description box and then click on those links. That's where you're going to find Sean the Genius's previews, injury updates, odds updates, COVID. It's a big factor. Probably a little less now that we get into the playoffs because everybody seems to be getting squared away with this thing. And then exclusive offers to sports books all around the country. And as we said in the top, now you're distracted.
It's pretty good, man. Go to Federal Donuts.
Yes, and then
delicious.
Yes, and as we said, congratulations to you New Yorkers. You are now legally allowed to bet online with sports.
Use the slider.
Use the slider.
At Bet Rivers, I always talk about
Rivers.
that. There was a big thing. It was Bet Rivers or Sugar House. Which one was it going to be? I thought they should just be Rush Street. I like the name Rush Street, to be honest.
I don't
Rush Street Interactive.
I don't
like
fully
that.
understand the Sugar House Bet Rivers thing, but in New York it is Bet Rivers. So yes.
Rush Street Interactive. Yeah. I think that's a cool name.
Yeah, me too. All right, so yes, so there you have it. Now it's time for our Parlay Power Plays of the week. It's getting a little trickier now because there's fewer games now that we're in the playoffs, but we're still going to give it a go. So yes, part of the power. We've been successful this season. Like I said, it's a little tougher now that we have fewer games, but and I know that we agree on a lot this week, which might be a good thing. I think when we agree, it's usually pretty good. So we'll see. So you go first, and with your Parlay Powers Plays of the week. Fire away, Sean, the Genius Miller.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to start with the Buffalo-New England game. And if you remember back, I mean, it's going to be cold in Buffalo. It's going to be like 10 degrees, maybe single digit, maybe 0 degree wind chill, maybe some
wind
snow.
Be a factor.
It could be snow, could be wind. And if you remember, Buffalo lost that game 14-10, and New England only threw the ball 3 times.
Yeah, it would be hard to forget that game.
Here's the thing, though. Now, Devin Singletary from Buffalo.
Thank you.
Has been
saying it for
running the
months,
ball.
not weeks.
88 yards against the Jets, a couple touchdowns. He's had 85 yards over in 3 last 4 games, although he only had 39 against the Pats. Yeah. But as long as they're running the ball a little bit, Sean, and they're play action.
People have been saying to me for months, they don't have a running game.
Huh? This kid's been good. Singletary's been good.
I said, they do have a running game. They're just not trying. Yeah. They're not trying to run the ball. Singletary is, I'm not saying he's a great runner. He's good. He's good enough to take some heat off of Allen, and they didn't do that for the most of the season. Now all of a sudden they are, so good for them.
And their defense is playing well. Yeah. So look, if they can run the ball now, Bill Belichick has to make a decision. Am I taking away the running game, or am I taking away Allen? Now you have a choice. And that game back in the 14-10 win, you just took away Allen, and they won the game, right? Mm-hmm. So now they have a choice, and I just think Buffalo, they had that midseason wobble. There's going to be that's going to be a trend for me here. They had that little midseason wobble, and now, they go into the playoffs hot while, New England isn't. I think this week is going to be a big thing. People talk about momentum. Momentum. It's like, and like you hear high school coaches talk. Yeah. Momentum doesn't mean anything. These are pro players, man. It's one game. And I just think that, some of the momentum, doesn't really matter. It's a game. So I just think Buffalo is a better team, and I think Buffalo wins here.
So it's Buffalo -4 at home against New England.
I hope it goes down to -3.
Yeah. So
I'll take it at -4.
So, but again, I agree with you here. I do. I'm a New England guy. I like New England. I like the way they go about things. Next man up mentality. It always was with Brady. I think people anointed Mac Jones great quickly. I mean, I don't think he's great by any means. I don't think he's close to being great. I think he's a nice quarterback right now. In a rookie year, he had a really good rookie season because he controlled the team.
In the perfect system.
He was a quarterback the team. But he's not near great. The running game is good with Damian Harris, Stevenson. They can run the ball. He does not have weapons outside. He's got some decent receivers. The defense is good. I think they show up to play. But as Sean said, I agree. I don't think they're the better team, so I'll go with the better team as well. So all right, so we'll get to me, but so I tip my hat there a little bit quick. So all right, so Buffalo -4 over New England. Pick number 2 for you in your parlay power plays of the week.
Yeah, 2-7 game, Tampa over Philly. I'm gonna pick both of the 2-7 games. Look, I was at the game in October. It was 28-7. The refs missed a blatant pass interference call. They missed another call. The game really should have been like 35-7. It was on Thursday night. All of us conspiracy theories, they come back into the game, and it was 28-22. The Eagles actually covered the 6.5. But it wasn't a game. I just don't think this is going to be. Philly's banged up. Hurts is banged up.
But how about the receiving core for Tampa?
Yeah, look,
Banged up. Talk about banged up.
Yeah, they're banged up as well, but, you see them putting up a lot of points.
Fournette's a big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I don't think, Tom Brady's not losing this game, and they're not letting this game
That's the biggest
be close.
factor. They have number 12. That's
yeah.
All right, so you're taking
I'll take
Tampa.
a -8.5. I mean, I'm going to get it before it goes to like 12.
Tampa -8.5 at home against Philadelphia, and now finish your parlay power play of the week.
All right, the Sunday night game, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, the other 2-7 game. Look, we just saw this game 3 weeks ago. It was like 36-10. Steelers, look, I mean, I've been saying on the show for weeks and weeks and weeks that somehow this Steelers, you talk about how good a coach is, Ben's a winner. Somehow they were going to get into the playoffs. And look, it hasn't been pretty. They've won these games like 16-13 in overtime, but they win games.
Because they have a winning coach and a winning quarterback.
Yes, but the run ends here. It was ugly loss for the Steelers. Kansas City, same thing. They started 3-4 and then went. They go 11-1 down the stretch. They're not gonna. They're just gonna roll them here. I think. I don't think the game is close. Their Kansas City defense is playing.
It's a big
really
number,
well.
-12.5.
Yeah, I don't think
Arrowhead.
it's close.
Okay.
I take Kansas City.
All right, Kansas City -12.5 at home against Pittsburgh. So your parlay power play of the week. Buffalo -4 home against New England. So you're taking all home teams. Tampa -8.5 against Philadelphia, and Kansas City -12.5 against
I like
Pittsburgh.
the 2-7 games too, because obviously it's the team that just about missed out on the top. They would have been a bye a couple of years ago, and then a team against the team that snuck in.
with the extra team. Yeah. All right, so I'm exactly the same as Sean. I'm going to go Buffalo -4 against New England, Tampa -8.5 at home against Philadelphia, and Kansas City -12.5 at home against Pittsburgh. I agree with everything you said there. Ben Roethlisberger, his day, this is it for him. But he willed them in. He came up with a big fourth down play, big third down plays, big fourth down plays. He's a winner. You saw a polar opposite on a team that didn't get in, that people were afraid. Hey, when this team gets in they didn't say if, when this team gets in the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous. They can make a big run. The Indianapolis Colts. Life with Carson Wentz, you Indianapolis fans will find, is going to be very difficult. You can't go.
How about that?
Eagles fans know this.
The Eagles got 3 first-round picks, and they made the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. You can thank him. Certainly thank him. But believe me when I tell you, if he was the quarterback in the Super Bowl, the Philadelphia fans who will live with that Super Bowl and take that with them forever, as if it happened yesterday, wouldn't be thankful that Foles was the quarterback. That's all I'm telling you.
They might not even got to the Super Bowl.
So yes, be thankful Foles was the quarterback. So there are our parlay power plays of the week. When we come back, our best bets, our primetime best bets of the week. There's a lot of them. We have a Saturday playoff, Sunday playoffs, and a Monday playoff game coming at you after this. Remember, YouTubers, hit that subscribe button, the like button, notification bell. Coming back, howtobet.com.
And we're back with How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fine and Sean Miller.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet, howtobet.com, our podcast here as we head into Wild Card Weekend. I'm Daryl Fine along with Sean, the Genius Miller. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Always free. They're always free. We're just asking
if
to
you're here for
subscribe
the
to
first
subscribe.
segment, it's free.
Yeah. We're just asking you to subscribe to it, but not. You'll never be asked to pay. It's not a It's a free subscription, totally free, always free. Hit that like button, the notification bell, and then go down a little further. Leave comments, good or bad, or ask for merchandise. We'll send you out merchandise. We have swag. We have shirts, hats. Those
water bottles.
Yeah, those water bottles.
They were a big hit. We have a
They keep it either hot or cold. It's amazing. They keep it cold or hot, depending on what you put in it.
Forget how they call it. Like at my Anne-Marie's family's thing, they have like this secret Santa thing.
Yeah.
But you like bring stuff from your house. You don't really like.
Oh, so you don't pay for anything. You just bring.
You just bring stuff like. It's called the white elephant. They put this stuff in a box and they say
white
like,
elephant.
Yeah, they just like it's just stuff. So I put all the I put a lot of how to bet stuff in. And everyone was all through. They're like, "Oh man, how to bet stuff." It was pretty cool.
All right, good for you. All right, so yes, ask for merchandise. We'll send you out merchandise. Then a little further down, the description box. Click on those links. That's where you're going to see the Geniuses previews, along with injury updates, odds, movement, and exclusive offers to various sports books around the country. You New Yorkers, well, good for you. You're now legally allowed to bet on sports books. FanDuel, Bet Rivers, DraftKings, and Caesars, the four that we love here at howtobet.com.
I mentioned in my in the press release this week about how he used to go walk over to Amsterdam Avenue every Saturday and Sunday and pick up the daily news and because they had the lines and stuff and
that back in the day. Now and then as it got close, real time, you had to go to Jersey. You had to either go through a tunnel or over a bridge. Now you can do it right from the comfort of your home.
I'm trying to take the train home sometimes from Manhattan. I can't even get a seat because everybody's taking the train over to Secaucus to bet on the games.
Yeah. It knows where you're at, so now you don't have to worry. So you
can't use those VPNs. It doesn't work.
So now it's time for our prime time best bets of the week, wild card weekend. We'll start off with our Saturday games, 4:30 all times Eastern. 4:30 Saturday, Cincinnati's home, a 6.5-point favorite over Las Vegas. Las Vegas coming off a terrific win, off a terrific season, really an unpredictable season. What happened to them and all they had to go through, and they get there. They kicked that field goal. I would have kicked the field goal because I'm competitive. I don't want to play my ass off and then kneel down. But
plus
the truth is,
you get a better draw.
Yeah, well, right. They don't want Kansas City. The truth is, too, everybody's talking about the timeout from Staley, who don't even get. How many weeks, even months ago, was I on that guy saying this guy is no good?
His play calling sucks
because he's an analytic. He is a big into that.
That's the best thing
about
this.
That's why when you hire these real young guys, it's all about analytics. Analytics do not work, especially in football.
That's the best thing about this. All the analytic nerds, they follow this stuff. They're like, call a timeout. Yeah. So the Raiders like, all right, you're going to call a timeout? We're going to go for it and kick the field goal. Now you're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll run the ball.
So take your timeout into the offseason. It
doesn't work.
Analytics.
Staley doesn't work, and if he doesn't change, and I don't think he is because he's an analytic guy, he's one of those younger guys, he will not make it. Believe me, he's not going to make it. And he had a talent.
And you got Justin Herbert, man. Just let him throw for 6,000 yards.
Talent. He had a lot of talent there, and he blew it. And I just don't.
That team should have won 12 games.
Yeah.
They were 9-8. They should have won 12.
This Raider game, the games leading up to this, he looked like Vince Lombardi in the Raider game compared to the games leading up to this. He's been terrible all year. It wasn't just this game. He blew multiple games for the Chargers, and that's why they're not in the playoffs. All right, so 4:30 Vegas, a dog on the road, Cincinnati 6.5. Who you like?
I'm going to start by saying, look, this Vegas team was 6-7, and they got absolutely pasted, 48-9 by the Chiefs. From that point on, they basically had every game was a playoff game. They won 4 games in a row by a total of 12 points.
Yeah,
every game was close. They found ways to win. They didn't score a lot of points. Whatever. The problem here is, look, they've already played the Bengals, and the Bengals won that easy, 32-13. Obviously it's a new season. It's the playoffs, but, the Bengals are the better team here. They have the same record, but I just think that the Bengals playing at home, Burrow, all this stuff. They're a better team. And I'm going to take the points. I'm going to hope it stays under a touchdown.
Okay, I don't love this game. Vegas has something on, like you said. They have something going on. I'm not a big Carr fan. That's the other thing. I don't know if I'm in the minority with that or not. I don't love them. But they do have something going on. That being said, I do think Cincinnati's a better team. They're at home. You like Burrow a lot. You have the receivers. You have Mixon. Defense a little inconsistent, but I just don't think. I don't think they'll shred them. I don't think the Raiders will shred them like they shredded the Chargers. For that reason, I will take Cincinnati minus the 6.5 at home, but I don't love the game small. I'd go small wager on that one. Next game, Saturday night, 8:15 Eastern time. It is a Buffalo. We've already talked about it because we both like Buffalo on our parlay power plays of the week, minus the 4 at home against New England. They're the better team. They're on a little bit of a roll. We both like Buffalo in this one.
Let me ask you a question. This is a little bit, this goes to the TV stuff. Were you a little, the TV schedule? Like I was, 100% positive they're putting Tampa Bay on Saturday night.
You text that to me right
they're
away.
100%, and then they put them at 1:00 on Sunday. Yeah. Maybe because they're going to put them later. Obviously they think they're going to win, but the schedule's a little
I don't think
Kansas City Steelers game on Sunday night.
Yeah, well,
the Monday night game I think is going to be interesting. I wonder what the order was of games that they picked.
Well, Pittsburgh's a big follow. Pittsburgh's
Kansas
a
City
huge following. You have Mahomes in Kansas City, so I guess that's why they would do that.
I think if you wherever you put that game, people are going to watch it. So you know what I'm saying? I would have took a chance and maybe put the Raiders and the Bengals maybe at night. Obviously. The first time Cincinnati's in, you're going to get huge numbers. The Raiders, obviously.
Well,
but,
I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I just think this game, this Buffalo, it's going to be like 5 degrees. They could have played it during the day.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they're not worried so much about that. They just want the most eyes at the time. So, I guess their strategy is the Eagles, Tampa also might not be the most intriguing game. You have Brady, but you also have a 8.5 point spread on the game, and maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know, but it is what they decided that they want Buffalo at nighttime. So, Buffalo. So we both agree Buffalo minus 4 in that one. So we'll take Cincinnati and Buffalo on those Saturday games. And now our Sunday game. Remember to go to howtobet.com to see all these previews. Our Sunday games, our primetime best bets for Sunday. Remember watching us on YouTube. We thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button. It's always free. Never ask for a penny. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button. Go down, leave comments, ask for merchandise. We'll send it out to you. And then a little further down that description box, you'll get Sean the Genius Miller's previews at howtobet.com, injury updates, odds, the movements on the lines, and exclusive offers to sports books around the country, which is big. There's some great offers there.
Especially for the playoffs.
Yeah, some really good offers. So get there early and often. Our Sunday night prime time, it begins with a game we already talked about, that 1:00 Sunday game, again, all times Eastern. 1:00 Sunday, Tampa Bay is an 8.5 point favorite at home against the Eagles. We both like Tampa Bay. It's part of our parlay power play of the week. Now, the Eagles, you have to throw that Dallas game away. By the way, I was really shocked. I know McCarthy said he was playing his starters. I didn't believe him.
Man, they looked good.
I didn't believe him, but he did. He kept them in the whole time, and the Eagles didn't play their starters at all. It is an Eagle team. If you throw that game away, the Eagles have been winning, but they've been beating Washington and the Giants.
If the results would have played out the way, if the Rams would have won, I think in the Philly played the Rams, I think that would have been an interesting game. I think I would have given Philly, I probably would have picked Philly on the whatever the line was, and I would have taken a chance maybe on the money line to see there was an upset. They're not going to beat the Bucs because Tampa Bay will be, Tom Brady's not losing in the first round.
You don't think so? No, I don't think so.
So I just think it's a little bit of an unlucky matchup for them because, if they play the Rams, I think they had a chance.
I agree with you a little bit there. So the Tampa, but we both agree we like Tampa minus 8.5. Now on Sunday at 4:30, This could be the most intriguing game of the afternoon as San Francisco, a hot San Francisco team, goes into Dallas as a 3-point dog. This is a good one. San Francisco, talk about a team that's got something going on. San Francisco has something going on there because that is a big win. Plus, I mean, it won me by parlay, too. They come back. They beat the Rams late in the game and then in overtime. Look, Jimmy Garoppolo takes a lot of heat.
He gutted one out the other day.
He's
a warrior, man.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. I mean, he's not, again, he runs the show pretty well. There are times I haven't trusted him in big spots, but he's kind of shown me a little bit. I think he's pretty good. I've turned the corner on Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he can get the job done.
He's gonna go
I think
somewhere.
you can win. I know they got there with him, but I think you can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo if you surround him the right way.
I think if like Denver takes him, I wouldn't mind that. But for me,
by the way, that being said, I don't think they're in love with their draft pick, Lance. I think maybe they keep Garoppolo. I don't think they're thrilled with Lance.
I don't know. It's tough to figure that out.
So anyway, 3 points. San Francisco getting 3 at Dallas. It's a Dallas team that some people still believe can get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, look, as someone who grew up, in the 80s and 90s, this is a matchup from the 70s. The early 80s, the catch, the late 80s. But for me, early 90s, Cowboys and 49ers every year. They were, whoever won that game in the NFC Championship won the Super Bowl. The Cowboys won 3 out of 4. San Francisco won the other one against San Diego. And it was just a massive game, a massive rivalry. I mean, and I just remember those games, like Dion, the prime time, and switching sides and all this stuff. So this is a massive game. And I just think that I just have a feeling that San Francisco is going to be able to win this game. I think I'm taking them on the money line. I'll take the +3, but I'm taking them on the money line. I'm taking them outright. I think San Francisco wins this game.
I'm agreeing with you again. We agree a lot here. I'm going to take San Francisco. I think they can gut this game out, and you are getting 3. I think no matter what, this game is going to be close. It could come down to the wire. It could be a one-pointer. So I will also agree with you and take San Francisco. They're really, again, no team runs motion more than them. They have Deebo Samuel's running the ball, catching the ball.
He's big time.
Yeah,
man.
big time. The running game with Elijah Mitchell, that has also become so big for them. And, of course, they have a great tight end in Kittle. Look, I'm pumping up their offense. Nobody scores more points than Dallas. So it's a...
What's that?
What, that noise?
We got a message for you by saying that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That was our producer, Trey Wright, I'm sure, screwing up something. I'm not kidding, but he's terrific, but he's just screwed up something. Anyway, that's what that noise was.
Moving a lot over there.
A lot of movement. So, yes. He's a Washington football fan.
He went to the game the other day.
What can he do? The Giants game.
Yeah.
Which that's all you need to know about Trey Wright, that he was at that game. So, yes, we both like San Francisco plus the 3 points in this one. Dallas will, score their points, I think, but I like San Francisco in the end.
I like the we'll get to
we'll get over-unders. We got another segment. Sunday night, 8:15 at Arrowhead. We've already told you we like the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 12.5 against Pittsburgh. Here's where the run ends. It is a lot of points, although I just think Kansas City's so much better than this Pittsburgh team. But, again, you have a winner in Roethlisberger. You have a winner in Tomlin. They're going to play hard. They won't lay down. They'll get Najee Harris involved a little more, I think. But Kansas City, defensively, last 2 weeks haven't been great. But we both like Kansas City minus 12.5 at Arrowhead.
Yeah, look, if this game, if I didn't just watch this game 3 weeks ago
Correct.
and just see the Chiefs absolutely annihilate them 36-10, it would be maybe a little bit different. They just played on December 26th, and it was ugly, and Pittsburgh had to win the game. They did.
We thought they had to.
So
at the time,
they had to show up at least, and they didn't. Yeah. So, Kansas City went 11-1 down the stretch. I got a couple of parlay. I got a couple of prop plays for you.
Fire away.
I know you're a pretty big prop play guy.
Far away.
Obviously, Kansas City, I'm going to go race to 30. I think they score over 30. You get about even money there.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City over 28.5 points, kind of the same thing.
All right. Sound good to me.
Kansas City to win by 13 plus points. You get that about even money, so you get a little bit more juice on that. So not bad. But,
Good way to go. Good way to go.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, and you could get that
35-10 maybe.
Go to howtobet.com and you'll see all the sports books that we offer and get there. And
Sunday
they have,
night offer. Yeah,
they have a lot of prop bets.
There's going to be, if you're big, look, obviously the New York people are new. Say Arizona's relatively new. If you're trying, if you're a new person trying to look for, you're New Jersey looking for, new thing. There's going to be a lot of offers this week.
Yes.
So go to How to Bet and look through these offers because, $1,000 welcome bonus, your $5,000 risk-free bets, $600 risk-free bets. There's going to be a lot of that. If you're looking around, you might be able to use one for Saturday, one for Sunday, one for Monday.
Absolutely.
So, you got to make use of those risk-free bets.
Yes, absolutely. You'd be crazy not to. It's free money. It really is free money. They're really giving you free money. Just as when you hit that subscribe button, it's always free here.
That's right.
So hit that subscribe button. So there are picks for Sunday's games. Now, our Monday game. Yes, there's a Monday playoff game for the first time ever. Remember to go to howtobet.com. Remember to hit that subscribe button. You're watching us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, always free. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, like button. Hit it, and you'll be in it to win it. So hit that subscribe button, please, and then go down to leave us comments, good or bad. If you want merchandise, ask for merchandise. We can get it out to you. And then a little further down that description box, click on those links to Sean the Genius Miller's previews. You'll see the previews, the injury reports, updated odds, and then exclusive offers to sports books all over the country. And again, congratulations to you New Yorkers who like to bet because you could do it legally now online. And again, go to howtobet.com. We have Bet Rivers, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars. They're the ones we recommend.
I feel a little bad for the Path now. They're going to be losing all kinds of money in NJ Transit. You're going to be losing all kinds of revenue right now.
It
really, the New Jersey
government
is that
domino effect.
Whew.
Yes, that New Jersey is going to lose a lot of money now that New York has finally
have you ever ridden
come
the
into
Path?
the fold. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to work for the sports ticker in
That's right.
Jersey City. And,
I used to love that.
That was
train,
something.
Man.
Oh yeah. You like the people watch, that's the place to be, that Path train. So Monday night, Arizona at the Los Angeles Rams, two teams that have underachieved down the stretch. The Cardinals getting 3.5 in this one. And both teams, as I just said, Sean, have underachieved in this, down the stretch. No two ways about it. Neither one. Both had the opportunity to win the division, and they just didn't want it. And the Rams kind of get in through the back door. Not kind of. They got in through the back door.
Yeah, and, I could go a little bit more into depth about this because it's the only Monday night game. Look, Arizona, there wasn't a lot of people as high on Arizona as I was before the season.
Yep.
They obviously 12-5. They had a good season. They were 7-0, and they really just got crushed by injuries in the middle. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, who's still out, who might come back for the the divisional round maybe. J.J. Watt.
Connor hasn't been healthy.
Yeah, Watt is actually back. We'll talk about it a little bit. So, they were well on the way to winning the NFC West until they got these injuries. But this is a building year for them and Cliff Kingsbury and everybody. So, to get in. But, they haven't ended great. But, you can give them a little bit of a pass because, they not for this last weekend. But, I'd say I watched that Rams and 49ers game. And Matthew Stafford, I don't care. He's not on the injury report. There's no way he's 100%. There's no way. He was hobbling around, and he looked terrible and over. Like he was bouncing passes. Like
maybe he just doesn't have the heart for it.
I don't know.
He played for Detroit his whole career, so we didn't see him in too many big situations.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe, and it's for me, watching that game, I want to know my quarterback as close to 100% as possible, at least.
Losing Robert Woods was a big deal. It really was. But Van Jefferson's not bad, but not Robert Woods.
I just I think for this game, J.J. Watt coming back is big. I think obviously he's a difference maker. The 2 times these 2 teams played, there's 2 things here. The over under here is 50.5. The line is 3.5 here. It's actually going up. It's the Rams 4.5 now. So the first 2 it was 37-20 and 30-23. So both teams can score. If I'm looking at this, I want the quarterback that I know is healthier. So I'm going to be on the Cardinals here. And there's another thing I want to say here. I've talked about this a lot on the show. The NFC West is a weird division. The road teams do better. I don't know why, but the road teams do better than the home teams in the division games. This year, the road teams were 8-4 in the inter-division games, which I think is a bit, home field advantage is supposed to be big. It's not in LA because San Francisco had more fans than the Rams did.
Ridiculous.
So, Arizona's going to have some fans at this game. And I just think Arizona here, I'm going to take them plus 3.5, but I'm going to take them on the money line and take a shot. And after you give your pick, I'm going to give you some prop plays because you could, if Arizona wins this game, you can win a lot of money prop plays this week.
Yeah, and I will also agree with you. I'll take Arizona plus the 3.5. I don't know if I'll go money line. I think the 3.5 could come into play here, but again, these 2 teams underachieving. I don't trust Stafford. Sorry, and I know I'm not alone in this, but I just don't trust him. He's given me reason not to trust him at this point. I do think Cam Akers, I know he came back last week, didn't look great, but I think him getting another week of reps, I think that could be a factor. That is definitely a positive for the Rams. But all in all, I think I would take the points either way. If the Rams were the dog here, I think I would take them. I would take the points either way in this game. I think it's going to be a close game. So I'll take the Cardinals plus the 3.5.
Yeah, if you're looking for some prop bets and you're taking the Cardinals, I'm going to give you some. Cardinals plus 3.5 and over 50.5 points is plus 265. If you think the Cardinals are going to win outright, Cardinals minus 3 on the alternate line is plus 230. Cardinals minus 4.5 is plus 300. Now, I like to those race to 20 points, and obviously there's going to be points scored in this game because they've played twice, and there's been a lot of points. So if you think the Cardinals are going to win, Cardinals race to 20 is plus 170, which is pretty high. Race to 25 is plus 250, and race to 30, which they did in the one game and they got 23 in the other games, plus 385.
Yeah, I think it's a value bet that you put a little money on that because I think it is worth the risk.
There's going to be points scored.
You're going to get some money back on your return. So there are our best bets, our primetime best bets for the wild card weekend. When we come back, our over-unders, which we've been scorching hot. You bet over-unders, you make the same money you do on the games.
That's right.
We've been scorching hot on our over-unders. We'll be back with those. You're watching and listening to How to Bet or How to Bet podcast. You're watching, of course, on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Will you do it now? Be back after this. How to Bet, howtobet.com.
Let's go.
Let's take it back to How to Bet, hosted by gambling masterminds Daryl Fine and Sean Miller.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet or HowToBet.com podcast. I'm Daryl Fine along with Sean, the Genius Miller. It's time for our over-under bets, which we've been scorching hot wild card weekend. Remember to hit that subscribe button. You watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe. It's free, absolutely free. This is all free. This is your entertainment. This is entertainment. This is free. Although we've been scorching hot, especially with our over-unders. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button. Go down, leave comments, ask for merchandise. We'll get it out to you. And then, of course, go down a little further, that description box. Click those links. This is where you're going to get Sean's previews at howtobet.com. His previews, the injury updates, the odds updates. They keep changing. God forbid any COVID gets involved again this week. Hopefully not. And then there's exclusive offers to sports books around the country. So get there early and often at howtobet.com. Time for our over-under, Sean. You were 3 for 3 last week. I lost one game in the over-unders last week. So, but I've been unbelievable all year with this. This has been making me money. I've been doing much better on these. Although, again, as Sean said at the top of the show, listen, we do this because we're pretty good at it.
My money's blue.
Yeah, we're pretty good at it. So go. If you don't believe it, these are archived. Just go look back at all these shows, and you'll see that we've been hitting our percentage is way higher than anybody can expect from anybody that charges you money to do this.
None of my picks are behind the paywall. Soccer, football,
for
college
sure.
basketball,
This guy is a
it's all out
soccer
in the
expert.
open.
He makes money on soccer, which we'll talk about on future shows for sure. But all right, so let's go to the over-unders now. Before we do, though, coach firings. Just quickly, let's go to coach firings. You lost. Flores got fired by Miami because they just weren't getting along. The GM, Tua, I don't think he was a fan of his own quarterback.
Vic Fangio got fired because he stinks.
Nagy, Zimmer, no surprise to me there.
Rex Ryan, Vic Fangio's going to get another job, man. He just took Denver.
Be a coordinator.
He's got the number one defense for 3 years in a row, and they didn't have a winning record.
He might be a coordinator, but he's not
man.
getting a job right away for sure. Zimmer became so vanilla on that team with so many weapons. I'm not surprised there. The talk about
How
Harbaugh.
does the Giants guy still have a job?
Joe, I have no idea how Joe Judge still has a job, but
the Bears.
I have no idea how Joe Judge. Now, there's two coaches. Brandon Staley, who's, again, we talked about him earlier, the analytics guy. Forget it. You can't. It does not work in football.
The XG, man.
There's two teams that didn't make the playoffs whose coaches are still there, and I'm not saying they should be fired. Look, Staley's a rookie. The Chargers ownership will learn. This guy's not going to get you there with mega talent. You could make the playoffs because you got mega talent, but you're not winning a Super Bowl with this guy with the analytics. And another team that didn't make it with a coach that's very experienced and very successful. This is the reason your team didn't make it, and that's the Baltimore Ravens with Harbaugh. Harbaugh blew it for you on multiple occasions this year, and this is why your team didn't make the playoffs. I'm not saying to fire him; he still has a job, but coaching matters, and he really came up small this year for the Ravens. My opinion.
Yeah, they were 8-3. I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass.
Well,
just because of the
but
injuries.
there are a couple moves. There's a couple moves he made or didn't make that really cost him. By the way, Brendan Staley, you cannot. I don't know who wrote the analytics, but you cannot go fourth down from your own 20. You cannot in the NFL. You really can't even in major college football.
Here's the thing, man. This is crept in. It started with baseball, 100%, and it's crept into soccer, the XG, and all this stuff. And you got all these stat nerds trying to tell me, man,
doesn't work.
You gotta play. I don't mind stats, but you have to use them. Like, you have to have a feel for the game.
Yes.
Like, you got people that have never played the game telling me how to do this stuff. No, man, I played the game. I know how to do it. You has to have a mix of it. You got to have a feel for it.
You have to have a feel for it. The analytics take in traction on the field is taken whether I don't even know.
How's it going for the Yankees, by the way? How's the analytics going for the Yankees and Aaron Boone and all that stuff? You tell me, Yankees fans.
Doesn't work. You're
watching Tampa Bay go to the World Series instead of you.
I think it works less in football than it does in baseball.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So over-unders, we've been scorching hot. You, Sean the Genius Mode, go first.
Let's see. I'm going to go my over segment. First game, Las Vegas, Cincinnati over 48. Could be over at halftime. I just think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. Las Vegas, obviously.
Remember, we said this about the Vegas Chargers game to go over. And
over at halftime. I thought it was going to be over at halftime. And, it was.
I had to sweat it out a little bit. I needed that 2-point conversion, but it got there, and then it got there rather easily at that point. But yeah. All right, so you're going to go over Vegas and Cincinnati, over 48.
Over San Francisco, Dallas,
over 50 and a half.
I just think, once again, there's going to be a lot of points scored. Like, I don't think this is going to be over in the first half, but, I think this game, one of the teams scores 30 points. So that immediately allows me to think it's over 50 and a half. And then, obviously, the Monday night game, Arizona and the Rams.
It's a 50-point total.
Yeah, They've gone over 50 both games, 37-20, 30-23, and with some turnovers in those games. So
we're going over.
Yeah, I think we're going to go over. The overs are a little bit high. I just think in the playoffs you're going to have to score some points. I just remember that game last year, Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
All right, so Las Vegas at Cincinnati, over 48. San Francisco at Dallas, over 50 and a half. And Arizona at the Rams, over 50 for Sean. I will agree with Sean in Las Vegas at Cincinnati. I'm going to go over the 48. I'm going to disagree with him on the San Francisco-Dallas game at 50.5. I'm going to go under the total. I think it's a total that's too large for this one. I think in the playoffs, these teams' defensives will handle a little better. So I think they're going to run the ball a little more. I think at least on San Francisco's side, they're going to run the ball a little more, take up some more clock. I like under 50.5.
Are you a little bit disappointed in Ezekiel Elliott? Like they showed his graph how it's just like going like this.
Yeah,
I mean, he's washed, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they just used him too much.
He was so overworked early on. I mean, these are fine-tuned athletes and all that, but they do take a beating, and it could catch up later on. So, yeah, but Pollard should be back healthy, ready to go as well, which will help him. But I'm going to go under the 50.5, and then I'm going to go over in the Philadelphia-Tampa Bay game. I'm going to go over 49.5. I do think there'll be points scored. Tampa's defense has not been very good lately. We saw that early on in their secondary, but even their run defense hasn't been great, and the Eagles will have been effective running the ball. Brady's going to put up points against a soft secondary for the Eagles. So I'm going to go over 49.5 in that one. So Vegas at Cincinnati over 48, San Francisco at Dallas under 50.5, and the Eagles at Tampa Bay over 49.5. There are our over-unders for the wild card weekend. Sean, another week in the books here at howtobet.com. Remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like button, go down and the description box. Look for those, click on those links, look for those previews by Sean the Genius Miller at howtobet.com. Thanks to our producer, Trey Wright. Trey Noisy, right? You were still, I know. I think he's just picking on you. That's my opinion. But thanks to Carter Zajac, Lauren Nance, Drew Jacobacci. I have trouble with Drew's last name. And Kaylee Edinger, thank you all. They're the really important ones. We're just talking. They make it all happen. So thanks to them. Another week in the books. Remember to go to howtobet.com. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you next week. howtobet.com.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fine and Sean Miller. For more information about betting guides, online gambling, betting odds, including NFL betting lines and odds, go to howtobet.com. Watch all How to Bet podcasts on YouTube. And to access all How to Bet podcasts, go to 1077thebronx.com/howtobet.